because this was truly astounding here. The first I saw of it was PJ Vizel posted on Twitter, and he said, hey, if you're wondering why there's all these crazy slow times from this meet in Texas, it's because Nike athletes need to hit a minimum threshold of races in a year. So a lot of them just went to this meet and ran everything. And I said, well, how slowly did they actually run? And then I looked at the results and I saw, yes, 53-second 300s on there. I saw 250 meter times, of which case I don't even know what a 250 meter time is. Like, what is a good 250 meter time? I saw people entered in 4 or 5 events. I don't understand. Isn't the whole point of having a minimum threshold of races, meaning they want you appearing in meets so that way you generate publicity to you and the company you represent? What is the purpose of doing this if you're going to fly out to the middle of Texas in a meet that nobody knows about and you're going to jog 5 times? Who does that benefit? I don't understand this at all.
Well, I just don't understand that that there's not a single person in this 1,000-person company, 1,000+ people. I don't know how many people work for Nike, but how many people are in the Nike department that deal with the contracts that these athletes have? I'm sure it's like a couple people. Maybe one person is probably in charge of all the Nike U.S. contracts. And I'm sure someone could have sent an email. Hey guys, I know this is a weird ass clause, but because there literally are no meets, you guys are good. Or maybe instead you have to run 10, you have to run 3. Go find a legit meet and go run that.
Yeah.
This is very Nike of Nike to do, because they do this a lot of time with Prefontaine, where there's times when Nike athletes run Prefontaine injured because they have to show up to Prefontaine, the Nike meet, in order to make sure they don't mess with their contract. A lot of, not just Nike, but a lot of a lot of companies force these pro athletes to compete at USA's on off years, right?
Yeah.
You remember you see a lot of time during off years, they all run the first round and then they're like done. It's because they have to do it for their contract. And I get the spirit of Nike trying to tell your athletes, hey, you can't just take our money and sit on your ass all year long and not do anything. You need to compete. And that's the purpose of the rule. But I feel like there's times, like once every 100 years, where there's a pandemic, where you can kind of change the rules. Maybe we need to update the little clause in case of there being no sports. You don't need to. You don't need to do this.
Was the contract written with a typewriter? Is that why they couldn't go back and edit it and throw in an addendum, throw in an amendment, do something that says, hey, you don't need to actually do this?